Hello. The project is in touch with you, Guru.Markets. Thank you for paying attention to our video review. We will compare the company's current performance Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc., ticker ESTA. This review is based on information as of September 13, 2024. By classification, Guru.Markets organization Establishment Labs belongs to the subcategory Medical Equipment. 96 organizations take part in the comparison. This is very representative. We start with general information about the company. A little further, we will look at each indicator in more detail. If you want, you can put it on stop. You can look at all the indicators of the company under study in more detail. Access to the table with the structure of company tickers is free and free. We kindly ask you to share the video on your social networks. Thank you very much for your repost, as well as various other support. It greatly helps in further work. Market capitalization of the company Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. valued at $1.09 billion. Market capitalization of the subcategory is $523 billion. Establishment Labs has a share of 0.209% and is one of the very small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0.04 billion. With a balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory of $141 billion. Establishment Labs accounts for a share of 0.029%. Having compared the occupied shares of exchange and balance sheet capitalization, we see the following. Share Establishment Labs in a subcategory in case of market value assessment is 0.209%. The book value is 0.029%, which is 86% less than the share of market value. Assessment of the organization's share of the market and book value of the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Overall company assessment Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. will be presented towards the end of the video. Please look at the progress of the analysis in full. The analyzed organization's debt obligations amount to $0.183 billion. Debt to book value is 457.5% of equity. Rating for the company's debt level, very bad, -2 points. The ratio of a company's stock market value to its profit is 0, with an average in the subcategory of 61.6, which is worse than in the subcategory. An assessment of the company's stock price to earnings ratio in comparison with the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$83 million. Forward earnings for the next 12 months are unknown. This is bad for the company's prospects. An assessment of the projected future profit indicator in comparison with in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The company's value to revenue ratio is 7.2. The average in subcategory is 4, and this is 80% higher than in the subcategory. Evaluation of the market value to revenue indicator in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $150 million. Forecasted revenue for the coming 12 months is unknown. And this is extremely bad for the company's price. Assessment of expected future revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. If you're interested in this analytics, then I kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. The margin is -55%, with an average in the subcategory of 6.4%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 61.4%. Assessment of marginality in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The company's share by number of employees in the subcategory is 0.242%. This represents a 16% increase in market capitalization share. This shows the imbalance in the organization's market price establishment labs, probably towards underestimation. The amount of market capital per company employee is equal to $1,202,000, whereas in the subcategory $1,396,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 13.9%. Estimation of the amount of capital per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The amount of profit per company employee is minus $91,600, with an average in the subcategory of $22,600. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 305%. Estimation of profit per individual employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The share of revenue for each company employee is $167,000. By subcategory, $352,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 111%. Estimation of the volume of revenue per individual employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions is 20.2%, with an average for the subcategory of 5.3%. This is an indicator of the possible risk of a short squeeze. Technical indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 47% for the company Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. For the subcategory, the RSI level, 14, is approximately 50%. Technically, subcategory securities are valued in the same way as stocks Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. Comparing the dynamics of a company's share price, Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. and subcategory shares, we will see that over the past 12 months, the company's shares Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. showed a change of minus 20.9%. Against price changes in the 0.4% subcategory. This clearly does not indicate anything, but this fact must be taken into account. Before showing the final grade, please leave your assessment of the company's shares Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. in the comments to this video. We look at every comment and try very hard to respond to almost everyone. Your responses in the comments help spread the word from Guru.Markets. The overall result is as follows: minus 8.5 out of 10 points. Average result for the subcategory, minus 1.4 points. If you look broadly, within the entire market as a whole, we can see that the average score for the entire market as a whole is 0.3 points, against a score of minus 8.5 points for the company Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc. Let's go to the order table, which is available to you. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all previously made decisions by the information and reference system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. Based on the analysis of the company Establishment Labs Holdings Incorporated, Guru.Markets open a deal because Establishment Labs Holdings, Inc., the most overvalued company in the subcategory. Let me remind you, September 21st, 2023. An order was published, ticker TMDX. Stock valuation reference System.GURU.Markets. A decision is made on this order. Close the deal. The final loss was 159.5%. Thank you very much for watching this video and for using the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. You truly are the best audience on the planet.